Tensions between the US and China have escalated over recent weeks, with both states increasing military powers in the disputed region. But now a Chinese think tank claims the US is undertaking surveillance missions in the region. According to the South China Sea Strategic Situation Probing Initiative (SCSPI), which operates out of Peking University, 3 US warplanes flew over the Bashi Channel in South China today. In a tweet, the organization said, "On the morning of today, US P-8A and RC-135 are conducting reconnaissance in the South China Sea, staying focused on the waters east of Bashi Channel. Meanwhile, a C-17A Globemaster III is flying over the South China Sea." The P-8A Poseidon is an aircraft designed for anti-submarine warfare and is said to have flown towards the Pratas Islands, which are owned by Taiwan, before flying close to mainland China. Relations between the US and China have also become strained over recent weeks due to military action in the region. Earlier this week, the US Navy and the Japanese military conducted bilateral exercises while sailing together in the South China Sea. The USS Gabrielle Giffords and Japan's JS Kashima and Shimayuki met at sea on June 23, where they reportedly practiced and enhanced bilateral interoperability between the two navies. Last month, Independence-class U.S. Navy littoral combat ships were spotted patrolling the much-disputed region. The U.S. Air Force and Marines conducted training exercises in the area, with 3 submarines joining ships and aircraft in the nearby Philippine Sea. The actions are thought to be a reaction to Chinese harassment of ships drilling for resources in nearby waters. Back in April, 3 U.S. ships joined the Royal Australian Navy frigate HMAS Parramatta and sailed to the region to demonstrate a commitment to keeping the sea open. The South China Sea region is a highly contested territory where it faces rival ownership claims from China, Vietnam, Brunei, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Taiwan. Although China is reportedly years away from controlling the highly disputed region, Taiwanese officials recently warned of the threat posed by the Chinese Air Defense Identification Zone (ADIZ). Beijing is working to establish a framework to assert control. Military news site U.S. Navy Institute (USNI) reported China hinted at an ADIZ over the South China Sea for years. However, despite other nations declaring ADIZs, experts believe China is not ready to declare a zone over the region. Diplomatic relations between the nations, which have laid claim to the islands, are already extremely strained, and all nations have extended their military arms. This week, Taiwan deployed Marines to the Pratas Islands amid reports China will conduct drills in the area. According to a Ministry of National Defense (MND) official, a number of Taiwanese Marines have been deployed to the region as a training mission. China is reportedly planning large-scale beach landing exercises on the islands. The source told Focus Taiwan the mission is aimed at strengthening the defense capabilities as well as improving logistical and equipment maintenance skills of the Taiwanese Coast Guard officers. However, no more information about the number of Marines deployed or how long they will stay were revealed. The recent construction of bunkers on some of the atolls points to China preparing for protection against air or missile strikes, raising the prospect of a conflict that could spark World War III. The islands and surrounding reefs have been the subject of a bitter and long-running territorial dispute, with China, Malaysia, Taiwan, Vietnam, and the Philippines all laying claim to parts of the archipelago. Meanwhile, the U.S. administration has provided armaments worth $33 million to the Philippines this week in order to help the Southeast Asian nation defeat Islamic State in its southern region. The weapons include 100 wire-guided missiles, 12 thermal imaging systems, 24 500-pound bombs, and a reconnaissance drone system worth $14.79 million, Stars and Stripes reported, citing the U.S. State Department. U.S. National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien, who was on a visit to the Philippines, handed over a tranche of the munitions to the country's armed forces on Monday. 2 days later on Wednesday, the Philippine Navy received a ScanEagle drone system to increase its maritime domain awareness and border security capabilities. Bloomer Bernab, Philippine Fleet Commander Rear Admiral, said that apart from its primary use in intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, the system will greatly aid his country's Navy in the effective assessment of the subject areas, timely decision-making, and prompt action in the conduct of territorial defense, internal security operations, as well as humanitarian assistance and disaster response.